Welcome back to my channel, everyone. This is Nicole with Made from Scrap, and let's get started with the page tutorial. I'm going to start with A, the piece A. You can take a look at the cut list that I have below, and the picture is provided for you in this video that shows all of the cuts and the scoring marks. So let's get started. A. You're going to have 3 of each of these because we're going to make 3 pages all the same. This measures 11 3/4 by 6 3/4, and on the 11 3/4 inch side we're going to go ahead and score at 6 1/4. I'm going to do all of the scoring first, and then I'm going to set my pages aside, and then I'm going to come back to all of the burnishing and the cutting. So we're going to have page B next. This measures 5 3/4 by 7 3/4, and on the 7 3/4 inch side we are going to go ahead and score at 1/2 inch on both sides. So I'm going to just turn it around 180 degrees, and then I'm going to score again at 1/2 inch. Set that one aside. You're going to have your page C. This is your pocket flap. It measures 5 1/4 by 7 inches. And on the 7 inch side, you're going to go ahead and score it at 1/2 inch on both sides. So same thing, I'm going to flip it all the way around, and I'm going to score it 1/2 inch again. Okay, then on the page D, this is the pocket flap. This measures 4 3/4 inch wide by 6 inches in height. On the 5 3/4 inches. So on the 5 3/4 inch side, score that at 1/2 inch, just like so. Set that aside, and you're going to have your piece E. This measures 4 by 7 1/2. On the 4 inch side, you're going to score it at 1/2 inch. And then turn it, and on your 7 1/2 inch side you're going to score it at 4 1/2, just like that. Okay, we're going to set that aside. Next you have F. F has no score marks. This is a pocket flap mat. It measures 5 by 5 3/4, so we'll set that aside. You have G. This is the base mat. This measures 5 1/2 by 6, and we have no scoring on that one as well. So moving on, we have page H. This is the top flap. It measures 5 by 6 inches, and on the 6 inch side we're going to score that at 1/2 inch, just like that. Okay, then you're going to have your piece I, and this is going to be your top flat pocket. This measures 2 1/2 inches by 6 inches, and on the 2 1/2 inch side we're going to go ahead and score that at 1/2 inch, and on the 6 inch side we're going to go ahead and score that at 1/2 inch on both ends. Okay, just like that. So you have 3 sides that are scored. Set that aside. Piece J. J is the long back flap. This measures 7 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So on the 7 inch side, you're going to go ahead and score that at 1/2 inch. Okay, and then you're going to set that aside. Lastly, you have K. This is the small top tuck flap, and this measures 6 1/2 inches by 5 1/4. On the 6 1/2 inch side, you're going to score that at 5 1/2, just like so. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and flip your page, and then on the 5 1/4 inch side, you're going to score that at 1/2 inch and 4 3/4, or 1/2 inch on either side. Okay, just like that. All right, now that is it for all the scoring. I'm going to go ahead and put this away. now I'm going to go ahead and burnish all of my pieces, and I'll be right back. Okay, now I have all of my pieces burnished, and I'm going to go ahead and start with my assembly. And you need a pair of scissors because we have a little bit of cutting to do. So we're going to be starting with the base page. These are pages A and B that we cut. And so the first A page is actually this long piece here. So you're going to have this flap like this. Okay, and then the B piece is actually makes the pocket on the front. So we're going to go ahead and have our A piece, and at the score we're going to fold this backwards just like so. Okay, because our pocket is going to end up going here on the front. Our B page is going to have these two 1/2-inch score lines that we burnished really well, hopefully. And that is going to be put right against the left-hand side, just like so. We're going to glue those down, and that's going to create a pocket page. This is where the hinge will insert, and this is where our pocket will be located. Okay? So let's go ahead and glue that down. Okay, place my glue here. I'm going to put glue on both of these 1/2-inch hinges. Place that down just like so. Okay, burnish that really well. And then you have your pocket page, just like that. Okay. Piece C is going to be this front flap here, which is also a pocket. So we're going to have piece C and D that goes on to make a pocket. Let's work on that. So here is C. We have two 1/2-inch flaps, and this is D. D is how it attaches to piece B right here. So I'm going to go ahead and place glue on this 1/2-inch flap. And then I'm going to just center mine top to bottom, just by eye. Okay. And burnish that down. Just like that. And now we have page C that's going to go right on top, just like so. Now, if you want to use a circle punch in order to make a thumb tab, I suggest that you do that now. I'm just doing it by eye, right in the center. Okay. That will make it a lot easier for you to get your mats in and out. Okay, I'm placing glue on both of those 1/2-inch tabs again, and I'm going to go ahead and glue this right down to that D page, just like so. Okay, now you have a flap that is also a pocket. Now you're going to say, oh, we have something here that's going on where we have two open pockets. Okay, let's wait and pull out our E page. So what we want to do here is we're going to go ahead and make a little V notch just here on this 1/2-inch. So you can see that that's the piece that I cut out, just like that. Now this 1/2 inch at the bottom is going to get folded forward. Okay, and then I'm going to place glue here on the top of that flap, and then I'm going to fold this upwards to make a little tuck spot. And this is also a flap. So we have this piece here that is a flap. Okay, now this flap is going to get tucked inside of this C pocket, like so. Okay, so we're going to do that. I'm going to place glue on this side of the 1/2 inch flap. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and tuck this all the way down to the bottom. Okay, and wrap it around and burnish it really well. Okay. Now you still have this open. What I'm going to do is just place a little bead of glue inside this right at the edge. And that will close our pocket. Okay. It's nice and clean. We have this flap here. We're going to burnish that really well. Okay, we have this one. We have this one. This opens up nice and flat. Okay. You have this pocket here that's easy to get to. You turn the page and you have this flap here. Okay. So let's get started on this back side. On the back side of the flap, bring the book in. Okay, so here's the back side of the flap. Looks like this. We're gonna start with this piece here. It's a pocket flap, okay? So let's get started with that. Oh, by the way, don't forget about your F and G. Let me turn this back over. So these are the two mats. We're gonna go ahead and stick those in so we don't forget about those. Just like that. Okay, now flip that thing over again. You have this flat piece here. You should have in your pile, this is H, this is a top flap. So what we're gonna do is place glue on the back side of that 1/2 inch flap there. And we're gonna stick this down. I'm gonna center mine instead of placing it at the edge, but all the way at the top. We'll put it all the way at the top. And burnish that down really well. Just like that. Okay, and don't forget this is a pocket, so you should have piece I. And we're gonna go ahead and snip out those corner sections from the 1/2 inch score lines, just like that. Okay, and then I like to tuck in the smaller sides first. Place a little bit of glue down at the bottom. Fold up the bottom, just like that. Pocket. Now we're going to place glue on all 3 of those 1/2 inch flaps. Okay, and that's going to go right down at the bottom of piece H. And then you have your pocket right there. Okay? Next, you have your piece J. This is the large back flap. So I'm going to burnish this 1/2 inch. Okay, I'm going to open these flaps up like this. This is your opening for your hinge right here on the right hand side, right here. And I'm going to end up gluing this down on the right hand side. Now you see how it is longer than the fold? That means that this makes sure to come in when the page is closed. Otherwise this is going to be too long. But I liked the way that looked, so I wanted to do that with the design. So I'm going to place glue on that 1/2 inch strip. And then I want to place mine a little bit further to the top than to the bottom, but it's not exactly center. And it's not all the way to the top either. Okay. So open that up, burnish it really well. Okay. Just like so. Now this can close, and that can go over that. And this is this large flap right here. Now on the back side of this large flap, we have this small top tuck flap. So here's your tuck piece. We're going to do this piece next. That is piece K. So piece K, what we're going to do is you have your score lines. We're going to go ahead and cut a small little wedge out from that. And on the bottom, with your 1 inch to the right, you're going to go ahead and cut a wedge for this as well. So this 1 inch piece will end up folding up like this, and that makes the tuck spot. And this top piece is your flap that gets glued to the top. So then you can see that this bottom piece, this 1/2 inch, needs to come off. So we're going to cut that off. Just like so. So this is what it looks like. Okay. Go ahead and glue these small flaps real quick to that tuck. Glue that down. Just like that. And now we're going to place glue on the back side of this 1/2 inch flap here. And that is going to go right here on the top of my piece J. Just like that, you have your page. You're going to make 3 of these. So here is your tuck. Go ahead and show you here. Let me put it over this side. You can see. Open it up. Here's your tuck. This is this one. Open it. Here's your next pocket page right here. This is a pocket page. Flip that over. And you have your large pocket page right here. Here's your mat. Here's your mat. Here's your mat. Okay, flip that over. Flip this over. Okay, you have a pocket here. That's your piece H and I, just like that. Then you have this large back flap here. And then you have your top flap tuck page right here. And it just repeats itself. There, this is a pocket. I need to get my mat. I don't know what happened to my mat there. There's the mat for this one. Flip that over, there's your top piece. There's this one, here's your little tuck. And again a third time, okay? So these can go here. I need to go ahead and start getting my pictures in to this album. Okay, the last two pieces are your pockets for the back cover. Okay, for the back pockets, you should have two pieces that measure 3.5 by 8, and I am going to go ahead and score these on 3 sides, 2 short sides and 1 long side at 1/2 inch. I'm just creating a bottom pocket initially, or in this case a side pocket. So I'll go ahead and cut out these corners. See what I'm doing here. Okay, these are going to get tucked in and folded over. Okay, it's going to be the first bit. The second one, you're only going to score 1/2 inch on either side of the short sides. Okay. And then on the 3.5, which I have a 3¼ inch piece, doesn't really matter. You can do that as well. I'm just using my scrap. I'm going to go ahead and score it at 2 inches. Okay, you just want it to be longer than 2 inches. So, all right. Now, on that, I am going to go ahead and cut this 1/2 inch section beyond the 2 inch measurement. So this was my 2 inch score. I'm going to cut this piece off, and same thing with the bottom, a little bit at a miter, and cut out that whole 1/2 inch section there. Okay, also cut out, make sure you cut out the whole width of that score line. Okay, all right. So that is that. You don't need to burnish that 2 inch score line. You do need to burnish those top 1/2 inch and bottom 1/2 inch score marks. Okay, so you're going to have this pocket first. I'm going to place glue on the bottom of those flaps so I can tuck this down and glue it down. Okay, now this piece here is going to slide in to the pocket down to that score line. So you're going to have this just like so, and then you're going to be gluing these 1/2 inch flaps only. Glue it down to your page, the inside of your page, back cover. Okay, and I would suggest to use the measurements that I gave you, because I think this is a little bit too long on the version that I made, so I wanted a little bit of extra space to be able to get these out. Okay, then that means you'll have 2 pockets that go the full depth of your cover, just like that. Okay, I think that's super cute. Okay, all right, and that's it, my friends. I hope you have enjoyed this little tutorial, and I look forward to seeing one of your books soon. Don't forget to pick up this paper collection. It is Under the Stars, a beautiful paper collection exclusively available from Country Craft Creations. And until next time, everyone, happy crafting, you all. Bye.